Let's go.
I'm Maylin Lee. I wear what I want, say what I want, 24/7, 365.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, now.
Yes,
now.
Hi. Good evening to you, but this is a pretty early morning here in Taiwan. So, hi, Sandra and Rosalie. It's good to talk to you guys. I mean, I do enjoy this new film of yours. But first thing I want to ask is, why is it a panda? Well, it looks more like a raccoon to me.
That's so funny.
Ever occurred to you?
It looks like a raccoon. Actually, red pandas are related to raccoons. I think. Yeah.
I think ultimately in the design of May as a panda, as a giant red panda, that would probably be something for Domi to answer. But I understand why you're picking up on that. But they're related.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And I think it's a beautiful way to describe that mom is actually the bigger panda in the house. I do have a daughter of 12-year-old, and I think he could have been a black panda all the time because he's so into black color and darkness things. Yeah, well, that's what happened to me in the real life. So what about yours? I mean, do you think red mean anything to you?
Oh.
I mean, first of all,
yeah.
red's a lucky color.
Yeah. Well, I think red is a very powerful color and a significant color in Chinese culture. So I'm glad that, again, this is probably a question more for Domi. Domi, she the director, of why she chose it. But I also feel like red represents passion. Red represents energy. Also, red represents, it can represent sexuality, it can represent love, it can represent probably a lot of heightened things, when May starts feeling heightened emotions or fiery emotions, I think there's a lot of significance to red with that.
Right. And Rosie, want to say anything about it?
I think what's interesting is that after she first poofs into a red panda, her hair changes color as well.
Yeah.
Even as
Yeah.
I think well, this is just my take. I think that really does that symbolizes a change. That after turning to a red panda, she feels all these feelings, and that's slowly changing. And that's how she tries her best to embrace the panda and embrace her changes and her messiness.
How about yourself? I mean, have you or your kids ever been through this chaos of adolescence? What was the craziest confrontation that you had with your family?
Well, you're in the middle of it.
I mean, I'm 16 now, and so obviously my dad and I are pretty chill. Like our minds are quite similar. But then with my mom and I, we're so different, yet we're both so opinionated, which does end up in clashing. In fact, especially just acting in general, sometimes my mom likes to critique me, even though she doesn't watch TV, and then clash. I'm like, no, I think it should be this way, and she thinks, no, it should be that way, and just all that.
I think parents should for that part, just should let that go.
Yeah.
It's just difficult to be able to hear those, even if they're like well-intentioned, and even if she's correct, sometimes she's not. Just your parent is not it's too close to hear that kind of let's say suggestions from.
Sandra, you sounds like a cool mom. You wouldn't judge your kids like that.
You know what? I don't even know if really a cool mom exists.
That's true.
Because if it's a cool mom, it's not your mom. It's not your mom who's the cool mom. Someone else.
There's always someone else's mom.
Cool mom on the outside.
Yeah.
People see is the cool mom, but who knows who they are at home.
May, breakfast is ready.
Coming.
It's gonna be me.
Is everything okay?
I'm a gross red monster. Don't look at me. Stay back.
This happened already?
What did you say?
Hi, can you see me?
Yes.
Hi, Domi and Lindsay. I literally got you a teenage panda here to say hi. I wonder if you turned red though. Yeah.
Oh, so
does it look like the red panda in turning red?
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to ask you, why panda? Because usually we saw lion or dog as a lucky charm in the temple. So why do you choose panda as the big character in the movie?
Yeah, it's exactly like you said, because there just hasn't been any mythology or folklore around a red panda before, and we wanted the freedom to be able to come up with our own kind of story revolving around our own mythical creature.
Yeah.
And red pandas are native to Asia, and they're hairy and awkward and red, and they really represent puberty, I think, in certain ways. Like they look like the perfect metaphor for a girl going through puberty. Also, they're so cute. I'm so distracted.
I know. I'm like,
you're super. You're just gonna have a whole video of us going like this. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to hold him still for you guys. I mean, well, did you do an audition when you choose Lucky Charm? For example, did you choose any other animals between pandas or others?
Got it? No. But now I'm second guessing. I'm like, now we should have rethought it.
A sequel with a family that turns into chinchillas. That'd be really cute.
Oh wow, you are good. You know it's a chinchilla.
Yeah.
Well, good job. So what inspired you to make the story? I believe that the all Asian family must be totally related to that story, except the part that the mom always dressed in qipao.
Or shoulder pads. Yeah. It was inspired by my own life, you know, like I was May. I was a dorky, nerdy, like excitable 13-year-old girl, like living in Toronto, Canada in the early 2000s. And I went from one day being like my mom's perfect little girl and having everything under control to boom, puberty hitting me. I got bigger, I got hairier. My emotions went all over the place, and I was fighting with my mom every other day. And the inspiration for making this movie was just wanting to go back to that time and figuring out like what was going on during that time from the tween's point of view, but also from the mom's point of view too. Yeah, and how about Lindsay? I mean, during the developing of the story, did you find culture shock to you? Because you know all the dutiful daughter things and obedience idea, which is an Asian virtue, in fact.
I did a little bit. I mean, a little bit. I thought part of me was like, oh, why aren't my kids obedient? And I was like, gosh, I was like so kind of impressed by the ability for these moms to kind of have their kids be like, yes, I want to be dutiful. But yeah, I have failed miserably in that regard. So yeah, there was just differences in the sense of, you know, really specific, cool stuff I learned. I mean, the fact that dads cook, you know, and that love is kind of often shown through food, and because I would be coming from my Western California thing of like, why don't they just say I love you? And Domi's like, oh no, you know, I mean, we show it through food, and there's different ways that we show through, you know, we show the love. And so yeah, there was a lot of kind of interesting elements to it that I think are specific to you know, the Chinese Canadian or Domi's Chinese Canadian experience, but there's also a lot of stuff I really related to. I mean, especially as a mom, like the place of, you know, you're just trying to love your kids and keep them safe, and yet somehow you feel like you're messing it up the whole time, and you're causing so much embarrassment by mistake. You're like, I'm not trying to embarrass you.
All right, guys, the quadratic formula. Let the fun begin. Who could tell me how the formula begins? X equals...
No, this isn't happening.
My child goes to this school.
So I think, you know, there was a lot of commonality there though too.
Well, Domi, I gotta say, I love your previous short film, Baozi. That really touched me for the 7 minutes. So moving to the feature-length film,
We're out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh,
sorry. Oh my gosh,
thank you. But well,
we love
sending you. Oh, thank you. Sending cards from Taiwan. Bye.
My whole life I've been perfect little Mei Mei. But maybe I like this new me. Mama's girl.
gonna be me.
别忘了订阅我们的频道，打开小铃铛就不会错过任何精彩内容，随时上架。我们下回再见。